that coconut. Drink that, it's going to start my digestion all over again. It's going to be a red flag for prostate cancer, gastrointestinal steroids, diverticular, all kind of things. And I looked at her, she looked at me. This is all I got. What would you do? There's the Word of God. What would you do? What would you do? Say it aloud. What did you say? I drank it. No, it's food value. Now that don't try to jump around it. Water and coconut water. That it is. That's because it is. There's food value in it. It'll start digestion. Water diffuses immediately through the system. It won't start digestion. I knew it. I looked at it. And the Lord brought to my mind, what's more important, your belly or her heart? Well, yeah. No brainer, right? But I'm saying somebody, and it may be you, I don't know, somebody will read that and say, well, that was a thus saith the Lord. Some people will. Yeah. In the church, if we had 50 people here, we couldn't all agree. So what's the answer? Dear friends, let the Lord speak and direct you in what you do and when you do it. And then all hell may rise up against you and the church, but if you can say, well, I heard a word behind me and it said this. So I'm just saying, this is the controversy in health ministry right now. Now, one more, and actually more than that, if my thing will jump. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, Sabbath treatments. Is it legal to give treatments on the Sabbath? I can name many places in the Bible where Jesus did. No problem. It is legal to do mercy. Can you fetch your oxen and ass out of the pit on the Sabbath they fall in? We agree. We're all in agreement. We're not going to have agreement for very long, though. The Savior, by his example, is showing us it is right to relieve suffering on the Sabbath. But, now, such as should be. Yeah, it is not legal to do an unnecessary treatment on the Sabbath. You want an example? Darlene's mole on her neck. Is it okay to do a little minor surgery on a mole on your neck on Sabbath? You know, Sunday morning or Monday, right? You got an ingrown toenail. That might wait another day. And I'm not saying I can name all the things. I'm saying there's a principle. The patients, they need to know. The physicians need to rest. Pretty simple. Isn't that simple? We're all still together. This drive after my labor on Sabbath and Sunday was too much for me. I covered this a few nights ago, but you might not have been here. When I reached the sanitarium, this is Mrs. White writing, I was taken to the bathroom in a wheelchair. Took thorough treatment. Sunday night. That's when she checked in, right? Sunday night. But I could not sleep that night and have not had a good night's rest since. I'm quite lame and suffer considerably from hip, kidneys, and spine. I'm taking good treatments, but the pain and the lameness in the hip continued right through Friday. Sun's going down. Mrs. White's crippled up. Would you give her a treatment? I mean, would you give her a treatment? Well, Sabbath? Right? Sabbath, they treated her Friday. All right, wait. Gave her a treatment before the Sabbath started. She's in pain and suffering. You give her treatment. Well, that's what it says, right? I'm quite lame, suffer considerably from hip, kidneys, and spine. It's the Sabbath. Well, Okay, now go back. Is that an essential treatment? We're not talking about that. I'm just saying, is that an essential treatment? I think so. There was a man, pardon me for repeating myself, but dear friends, the Bible is full of repetition. We had a man come to our program. His name was Ricky. And that guy was just closed off. And this is not being live. This is not being recorded, right? Right? It is? It is. Young man came to our program. I don't remember his name. And this guy was hostile, to say the least. Most of the time, I can break the ice. We get along okay. But this guy, back. I tried everything I knew. I mean, all the staff. He checked in on Sunday, and I think it was Tuesday, I finally said, what do you think about a professional massage? I work you over. Instead of snarling at me, he looked at me and said, went back there. We had a massage table. Got him on the table. I put my elbow into his back. He said, that feels good. A little higher, please. More pressure? A little bit more. Yeah. Talking like he's my best friend. I thought there's a lot of something going on here in this massage. And when it was over, I've never seen anything like it. Next day, 5:30, give him a light supper at 6. Hey man, what do you think about a massage? I'd love one. This guy has severe problems. We worked with some of the most desperate people on this earth. He was one of them. And he's talking to me. It's over. Next day, same thing. Next day, same thing. Friday, Georgia, the winter, sun's down, 6:30. He walks up to me. Can I have one of those massages? What would you do? Sister Eden? I need to talk to you before I leave. What would you do? Some say no. Some don't say anything. Some don't know. Some don't care. Okay, yeah. Right back. Was that an ordinary treatment? Was that man's soul at stake? I gave him a massage, and the lady from Brazil, Portuguese-speaking lady from Brazil, one of our staff, she said, how could you give that man a massage on the Sabbath? We may not agree what's essential and what is not. We don't need to. But when I lay down at night, I need peace in my heart, don't you? John 14, verse 27. My peace I give unto you, not as the world gives it, give I unto you. The world can't give it, the world can't take it away. I got to have that, or the Prince of Peace, Isaiah 9:6. I cannot function. Now, I'm not saying if you say you wouldn't give him a treatment, that's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just saying it didn't appear to me to be non-essential. But who am I? Sinful man, right? I have something to say in reference to extreme views of health reform. Health reform, well, you don't even need that. Health reform minus love becomes health deform, useless. Same thing, right? Synonymous. It's useless. It's just useless. What kind of treatment could you give a man? You hate his guts, but you're going to give him some kind of treatment. My dear friends, your whole, what do you call this thing? The dynamics in your heart nullify the effects of the treatment. Doesn't it? Again, I'm not saying, but this is the controversy I face in medical evangelism. Something to say in reference to extreme views of health reform. Health reform becomes health deform, a health destroyer, when it is carried to extremes. Now, I'll ask you a question. Tell me if this is extreme. I joined the church. My mother was not in the church. My mother used to feed me pickled pig's feet. You ever had any of those? None of the Canadians eat that stuff. In Tennessee, that's a hot item. I got baptized, came into the church, and started taking my food to my mother's house and stopped eating hers. Highly. Wouldn't you be? My sister used to say, she told me I was crazy. They'd cut my protein and had brainwashed me. My sister would say, so you brought your bird food in here again, huh? You think my mother had some potato salad or something on her table I could eat? There's some things, right? Yeah, some things. Wish I could do it over again. Today my mother's dead. She died thinking what? I had lost my... Well, no, actually we had a little something going there at the end, but for most of her life, she was thinking, what's wrong with him? Won't eat my food? The power to change. Somehow, okay. I just did this last hour, so it's kind of jumbled and mumbled. The last part's not, but this one is. Luke 1, 16, verse 17. You shall turn the hearts of the children and the hearts of the... Where does reform? We say, well, we're going to pray for revival and reformation. Where does reformation start? The home. Would it be okay if I said, which means in the heart? And if it's not in the heart, it'll never come into the church, because the church doesn't change the home changes the church. Would you agree? Now, next one. This is Russia. It's going to be videos here, so my brother, we got some volume there, it'd be good. This is I preached in a church, was invited home, that guy had my arm around. He can't speak a lick of English. I couldn't speak a lick of Russian. But dear friends, what language do they speak in heaven? Don't you say Portuguese. What language do they speak in heaven? Yeah, be more specific. Yeah, be more specific. Love? 1 Corinthians 13, verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of angels and of men and have not charity, that's love, agape, charity, love. I become a what? Sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 8. Love never faileth. Can I love that guy and can't even speak his language? He invited me for lunch.
Скажем, там, в части мира находил, на столе тут все это такое, без таких вот изюминок.
Вчера поздно пришел с работы, не успели.
Darlene, we're about to have lunch. Preached in a church, and the family invited us home. So Daniel and I are about to have lunch, and it looks like it's going to really be good. So I'll let you know how things go after the lunch. Now, a little close up here. Don't know what it is, but it sure looks good.
You don't know what it is either, do you? I have a clue. I know this, though. Those people were be there in the Cold War times. And they're going down into their basement, opening up the good stuff, right? These things they canned. Because they had a what? Special guest visitor. And they said, you know, we're going to treat you right. Go down to the basement and this, that, and the other. Put all that stuff out there. Boom. And then they said in Russian, chow time. I sat down. Now, if you say, because I'm with the man, let me show you that guy, the green suit on the far left, his name was Daniel Balan. He was the one that invited me. He spoke fluent English. He was a translator. Why didn't you ask Daniel what it was? Dear friends, them Russians ain't stupid. You start asking things, they know what you're saying. He's asking them what's in the food. He's asking them what's on the plate. They know. So you can't ask questions. So this is, here it is, wait a minute. There they go. I wasn't sure. That look kind of, yeah. There's Daniel. Oh, and I tell you, there are four at the table, 3 or 4 family members, and the kids, and they're all watching me to see what I'm about to do. Now, I don't think I put the picture of this in. I don't think I put that picture in. Did I put that picture in there? No. Stop it. It was in Turkey. Istanbul is a city of 12,900,000 people. There are about 7 Christians in the whole place. Viriato Pereira, who you know, was going there to do health things. In the customs, they searched him on the internet, and they saw he was a Seventh-day Adventist doctor and an evangelist. They ran that guy out. Ask Viriato. They would not let him in. A woman can run around wearing a shoestring. Anything goes in Istanbul until you bring that Bible out, and that's it. I met with most of those Christians. I got invited by the pastor had been put in jail, Bulgarian, what do you call it, mission pastor, something mission pastor. He was put in jail. The church ransomed him out for $30,000. They closed the church, only had a few members, and the lady downstairs, who was not an Adventist but a visitor, I got a note from her asking to read it. She was inviting me to lunch. And I got there. The Turkish, everybody has a delicacy, right? They got a delicacy. In the South, it's pig's feet. Over there, she had you know what a croissant, is? Yeah. And they had feta cheese, walnuts, honey, and croissants. I looked at that croissant and I thought, that thing's white flour. That's going to make me constipated. I'm going to feel like a brick inside. And that feta cheese, I don't eat cheese. And that lady's looking at me, living in a just, no furniture in that little apartment. And what would you do? What would you do? I wouldn't eat. Well, I don't know what you do. But I was with another guy from Wildwood. Today, he's the Bible teacher at Ozark Mountain, Blue Mountain Academy. He was a patient before that, crazy as a loon. I'm sorry, Michael, if you watch this. But he looked at me. I looked at him. We're thinking the same thing. And we dug in, cleaned house, got that croissant, started eating that stuff. Sick as a dog that night. But from there, Yerevan, it's the capital where, what's that? Yerevan, what's the country? Greater and Lesser Ararat are there. But I got invited to another country from there. Yerevan, what's the capital? Can't think of it. Went there, man picked me up, vice president of the organization, picked me up, took me to my room, his apartment. The next morning I got up. The lady there couldn't speak any English at all. Had me, took me to the table. I sat down. Now I knew that was boiled eggs. And she had I ate it, Did the meetings there, ended the meetings. She said, I want to talk to him. Her son was a translator. He was a neurosurgeon. I want to talk to him before he leaves. He told me, he said, my mom wants to talk to you. I said, okay. She wants to tell you something. I said, okay. She wants you to know you're the only American that ever stayed in her home and ate her food. Because they house all the visitors. I said, now you tell her something. Okay? Tell her it was good. Now, we got invited back 3 months later to hold a health evangelism school in that country. Or as Milton Gregory told me in Jamaica, I invited you to come down here. I didn't know what you were going to say. If you came down here and insulted my family and his church family and made the gospel distinct, I'd never ask you back. We kind of fell in love with each other. I went back and did a school in all 5 conferences in Jamaica. It's just, you've got to, or maybe I sound like I'm crazy. There are times when we must meet the people where they're at. And you tell me one more. In the Caribbean, not Jamaica, but some of these islands, Guatemala, some of these rural places, they largely consist on fish and rice. Yeah, where I was, fish and rice. It's white rice and smoked and dried fish. Salted fish. What are you going to tell the people when you go in there? You going to tell them to stop eating fish? What's that leave? Rice. That's all that's left, rice. There's white rice on top of that. You going to tell them to stop eating rice? It wasn't long ago, I was in the Arctic Circle, the Nunavut people. I got up there with all my lectures, right? I got there, it's permafrost. They can't even grow anything. I'm about to give a lecture on fruits and vegetables and say the best way to do it is to grow it. They haven't seen the soil in 1,000 years. It is ice-coated, no trees, permafrost. And I stand up the first night and want to start talking about vegetables and fruits. They eat polar bears and seals. Let me tell you why I'm sharing this. I became a Seventh-day Adventist, went to Wildwood Hospital, went to Herod's Academy to do a week of prayer. As I walked in the cafeteria, the students on the other side said, "Oh no, there's those Seventh-day Adventists." Our reputation had preceded us. The reputation, fanatics, and extremists. Are you a fanatic or an extremist? That's one ditch. What's the other side? Liberal. Anything goes. Anything goes. The devil does not care which ditch you're in, but when he has a group of balanced Seventh-day Adventists with a balanced health message, Christ is going to come. Because that has to sound throughout this world. Isn't it? It's 7 o'clock, which starts in 2 minutes. That's what we're going to look at tonight. We're going to look at spiritualism and the devil's efforts to derail our church. So I'm going to wait about 4 or 5 minutes. You got to go to the bathroom. You can go and come back. It may not be appropriate for young children. I'm sorry, but it's appropriate for adults for sure. You take a short break. Is that thing running there? That what you call it? The live stream's going. Yeah, why don't you stop just a minute and go and let's take a little break.